Sandra, welcome to another episode of Asexualized, my asexual life. This is the place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that great big subscribe button down below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as we go along if you're enjoying the content. If you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of Asexual Perspectives, 47 asexual stories, love, life and sex, a celebration of asexual diversity. I'm also the founder of asexualise.com and the founder of Asexual Academy. You can check my book out in the link in the descriptions below. And so tonight's episode, I want to talk to you about, can you experience aesthetic attraction for someone who you never experienced aesthetic attraction for before? So this can be a tricky one. I think it very much depends on the individual person. But for me, I tend to get mostly attracted to younger foreign guys in their 20s. I particularly love coloured skin. It's so very beautiful. And my top aesthetic attraction is for foreign guys, and particularly Indian. It's just the way I am. So I think they're stunningly beautiful. I think foreign guys are just, especially Indians are just stunningly beautiful. I just do, right? And I always felt like that for like a number of years. And I believed I've had an Indian soulmate since 2014. I'm not going to completely give up on that idea. That's good, right? So I'm highly aesthetically attracted to foreign guys, not just Indian guys, I like Bangladesh as well, Middle Eastern, so I have high aesthetic attraction towards those guys. I do, however, know from my past experience, for example, with an ex who I was in a long-term relationship with for 8.5 years, who wasn't asexual. When I first met him and I was just friends with him, I wasn't actually aesthetically attracted to him. He wasn't my type. He used to have long hair as well, which I wasn't used to long hair, but I got used to it and liked it in the end. So basically I was friends with him, and I found that the more I got used to the way he was, the more I got emotionally attracted to him and attached to him, I guess, the more I ended up being attracted to him aesthetically. And then when I was in the relationship with him, I was mostly more aesthetically attracted to him than anyone that I'd ever met, because I was I was deeply in L with him at the time. Deeply in Love. I don't like spelling it out with my ex, but so I can be aesthetically attracted to someone who I was never aesthetically attracted to in the first place, because the more I get to know them as a person, the more I connect with their heart. I mean, my ex was bad in the end, so I don't really like thinking about him, but the more I connect with someone's heart, the more I connect with someone's soul, the more I connect with their inner being, the more that I can be attracted to them. So theoretically speaking, someone who I was never attracted to in the first place, I could find aesthetic attracted, feel aesthetic attraction for further as the months go on. Because the more I like them as a person, the more I connect with their heart, the more I feel like deep emotional connection, the more attractive to me they become. The more I see their face, the more I see their smile, the more I see their eyes light up, the more I see them come alive, the more I can be attracted to them. It doesn't necessarily mean to say I'm going to be more attracted to them than, for example, a foreign guy. I mean, at the moment, I'd say my aesthetic attraction for foreign guys is still the most aesthetic attraction I experience. I was really shocked that last month I thought a British guy was cute. That's very different for me. I don't usually get like that. So I think you can have aesthetic attraction for people you don't really consider in your life as well, like just come into your life. I think you can, just as a one-off as well, think, oh right, I'm really aesthetically attracted to that person. I don't know why, because maybe their body shape's different, or maybe they're different ethnicity, or maybe they're just like older or younger than you usually go for. But I think you can have some aesthetic attraction for them without without even thinking about it. It can just be something that happens naturally, which you haven't you can dream of. But I do think you can become aesthetically attracted to people that you weren't before. But I think there'll always be some people that you probably are not going to be aesthetically attracted to ever in your life, and the ones that you find quite repulsive, for example, or there's something about them that you really are not interested in, unless you grow closer to them. I think if you grow closer to them and form a bond with them, I do believe that you can change. I don't say this is the same for everyone, but I do think it's possible. And I know quite a few pan-romantic asexuals, those that don't get attracted to a specific gender. I mean, they get attracted to pretty much they can, doesn't mean to say they do, but can get attracted to any gender. So a pan-romantic is attracted to a guy, a girl, a non-binary person, a transgender, a gender fluid, you know, they can get attracted to any gender. Then you know, really, so for some pan romantics, it's not about looks. Some do get sexual attraction, it's really important for them, but others, they're not bothered about the looks because it's all to do with the person's heart, the mind, and the soul, and it doesn't matter what they look like. You know, they're not interested. Like some people I've seen on asexual dating sites, and they're like, I don't care about looks. Looks is not what I'm attracted to. It doesn't matter for me what they look like. And you know, as an asexual person myself who is heteromantic, only attracted to guys romantically, then obviously that's harder for me to understand from my own personal point of view, because I do have strong aesthetic attraction for people I'm aesthetically attracted to, right? But because obviously I can see it from the point of view now as, like, you know, when I look back at my life and think, well, it has been, you know, time when I wasn't aesthetically attracted to someone, then became really, like, totally aesthetically attracted to them, and then thought we were really attractive together, you know, which, you know, I don't like thinking about that really, but you know, it can happen. And so I think that if you have, like, maybe you have a close friend, or you've got someone in mind that you really are interested, maybe in a relationship, maybe you think that you're romantically attracted or intelligently attracted or some other way, but you're like, I'm not really sure about aesthetics. I think it's possible with time that it could become that way. It might not be as much as you want it to be though, or it might be more, you know. So I think it's better to keep a bit of an open mind, but I think it's always better to narrow down your absolute, what you really, really want in a relationship as well. You know, it's like at the moment I've gone a little bit broader than I usually go, because I was with a British guy briefly last month. I thought, well, on my profile I put about British guys, but to be honest, my top attraction always has been, and probably always will be, more than anything else, younger foreign guys, because I just find them stunningly beautiful. I can't help it, you know, just their face, if they got beautiful tanned or coloured skin, I just find that so beautiful to look at. It's so aesthetically attractive to me. It's just, you know, like, I don't know, some people might see a piece of coral, you know, and they might think, God, that's glistening in the sun and it looks beautiful and the colours are bright and gorgeous, and they're so attracted to a piece of coral under the sea. And then that's kind of like what it is for the foreign guy. It's like, oh, you've got such beautiful skin that just is gorgeous in colour, and just want to stroke it. You know, so I think it's I just think it's so nice when you know what you like, you know. And I think if you can get a person who you're highly aesthetically attracted to, I think it helps a lot more. If for example you're really romantic and like kissing, so I really love kissing, and obviously it's a much easier thing for me to kiss, you know, if I know I'm really aesthetically attracted to a guy straight away, then I know I can kiss him straight away if I wanted to, or him me. Do you know what I mean? So for example, there's some foreign guys that I come across, just walk across that doesn't sound right. There's some foreign guys that I come across, I just walk by and think, oh, I'd love to kiss him, because I know I could. It'd be that easy for me because I'm that super aesthetically attracted to him that I know it wouldn't be an issue for me. Whereas with other guys, I'm like, I'm not sure about that person. I'm not sure if I'd like to kiss them or not. And for other people, it might be like, I'd really like to try kissing them, but I'm really not sure where I'd like it. Do you know what I mean? So it's mixed variation. But I think really, you know, when you're doing the asexual dating or you're looking for a relationship, if you like kissing, for me, I can't kiss someone I'm not highly aesthetically attracted to, you know. But you know, if you're not so aesthetically attracted to someone, you might have to try the kissing, and then you might become more aesthetically attracted to someone the more you kiss them as well, because you're becoming more emotionally attracted to them and bonded to them through the physical act of kissing, if you know what I mean. That's the way it works for some people, not all, you know. So I think you've just got to you know, think what's best for you. I mean, personally, I would rather have someone straight out of the bag that I know I'm totally aesthetically attracted to, no question about whether I could kiss them or be intimate with them in an asexual way if I wanted to, and that's, I don't have to worry about that. Do you know what I mean? Because the last thing you want to be doing is really worrying. But I think when you with asexuals, because it's like I've never had an asexual to asexual relationship before, so I think that does make it harder because you don't know what the other person likes, doesn't like. And with it being asexual, it's kind of like, I've been with sexuals like half of my life, predominantly, you know, always with sexuals. So I don't have to really think about their sexual, like, I don't have to think about overstepping their boundaries in a sexual sense because they haven't really got any sexual boundaries. Do you know what I mean? There's no, I don't, they'd have sex if I wanted to do it with them. That's what I'm trying to say. Whereas when you're with an asexual person, you have to be careful not to overstep their asexual boundaries if you've both got different needs and wants. Do you know what I mean? Really, you need to try and get another asexual that's highly compatible in the physical needs, not just the intellectual and emotional needs. You know, really need someone who, like, if you love kissing, like I love kissing, I can't be with a guy who doesn't really want to kiss me loads. Do you know what I mean? It's super important for me. I might really like the guy, love the guy, think the guy's great, but if he can't satisfy my kissing needs, that's a very vital part of my relationship that I like to explore and fulfill, and I think that's really important to know that every asexual's got different needs. There'll be some asexuals that don't like much kissing, and their needs is more of an intellectual stimulation, or more of a conversation stimulation, or more of a, emotional need, or more of a, I don't know, more of a creative need. It's you've all got different needs, and so I think that's the most important thing. I mean, obviously, like some people, like I said, on the asexual spectrum, they're not bothered about looks whatsoever, and for other people, it's really important. It's really important to me that I have someone I'm super aesthetically attracted to, so that I just know, without a shadow of doubt, I can just kiss them loads. And I don't feel grossed out about it. I don't even hesitate. I don't even think twice about it. Just, I know that I love kissing them, right? I just know. I just go up to them and kiss them straight away without even knowing them. I know that I'm not saying I'm going to do that, because obviously most people wouldn't do that. And I mean, I'm not going to do that with someone I don't know, because I don't know their boundaries, do I? I'm not silly, but you know what I mean, when you just see someone that's so kissable. If you're not into kissing, you probably don't. But if it's like having, I don't know, your favorite cream cake, and you see your favorite cream cake, and you just want to go. That's going to be a really bad analogy, isn't it? I was going to say, you see your favorite cream cake, you just want to give it a lick. That doesn't sound a very asexual comment, does it? Really? No. So you know what I mean. Oh, you know what I mean? It's just so funny. You see a favourite cream cake. Oh my gosh, this channel's getting naughty. I'm joking, but I just think it's so funny. It's like, well, how else can I put it? Well, you know what? There's a cake joke in the asexual community, right? It's like, we don't need sex because cake's better, basically. I can't actually eat cake though, but if you see a piece of chocolate cake and you just want to eat it, do you know what I mean? That's what it's like personally with me with foreign guys. I just want to eat them. Not literally. But you know what I'm saying. I hope you do. So it's really important that you get someone who you're highly compatible with in aesthetic attraction, if aesthetic attraction is an important thing to you. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. If aesthetic attraction is an important thing to you, if aesthetic attraction is a really, really important thing to you, then you should go for what you really want in your life. I mean, I've opened up my profile a bit to British guys, which is weird for me. And I think maybe it could work, possibly, if it was a much younger British guy, like in his early 20s. But to be honest, I am not, with the exception of that one guy last month for some weird reason, I am not aesthetically attracted that much to British guys, But I mean, I'm going to probably go out dancing. And I think, because I haven't been looking for younger British guys, I think it'd be good for me to actually, look, maybe to dance with some younger British guys, because I haven't really explored that option. And I think that'd be good for me, because whenever I've gone out before, I've always been looking to dance with foreign guys, younger foreign guys, but I think I probably would explore that option now, because I have been attracted to a younger British guy. And I haven't really been thinking about younger British guys. I think I would probably explore the option now, just for my own peace of mind, just to test myself, maybe, to see how aesthetically attracted I was to younger British guys. Because I mean, years ago, quite a few years ago now, I think it's about 4 years ago, I had an 18-year-old British guy interested in me. I'm not talking about on the internet, I'm talking about in person. I went to this nightclub, and it happened to be Freshers Week in my city. If you don't know where I live in Exeter in the UK, and Exeter's like one of the top universities in the country. And I went with my friend to this club, and there's different floors on this club. And upstairs they were having a freshers week, which is when they like do the induction for new students, right? And they have a massive party. And I didn't even know that it was that night. And so I ended up just dancing with loads of students, which is fine by me because obviously I'm really young, as you know, 21 mindset, leave like a teenager. So I didn't feel out of place. And yeah, my friend was older than me, and she just like had a boyfriend there, so I couldn't really older boyfriend as well. So he was younger than her, but he was still older than the people there. So it's kind of like I didn't really have much choice apart from either sit and watch them two kiss or go on the dance floor. But I like going dancing anyway. And there was actually at the end of the night, it's only like the last 5 minutes, I think, there was actually a British guy, and I think he was 18 from what I could work out, and or he might have been 19. Was he 18 or 19? I think it was 18 because it was freshers week, I think. And yeah, it was 18. That's why. But I didn't actually kiss him. But yeah, I put my arms around his shoulders, and it did feel quite nice at the time. Actually, I remember thinking that like I don't usually like musty shoulders, but it was quite nice, and he really liked me. But it was like saying stuff like, "Oh, why don't you come back to mine?" Which obviously I didn't know I was asexual at the time, but it was before I found out I was asexual. But so it must have been prior to 2014. But I knew that meant going back to his dormitory to have sex. So I'm thinking, one, I don't like sex, and two, I wouldn't go back to your dormitory and do it anyway. And three is, I just don't want that. So I said no. And the lights went up, and then these guys were like teasing him because I'm a much older, I was clearly an older girl to them. So they're like, "Oh, why do you want to be with her? Can't you see she's older?" He actually didn't care at all. And he obviously liked an older girl. And we went outside because I told him, no, I'm not that type of girl, to go back to your dorm. He went outside and he actually invited me for a meal to a restaurant. And I said no, because I knew he'd want sex. But, obviously a little part of me thinks, well, what would have happened if you had gone out to the restaurant? You'd have been with a younger British guy. And you like younger guys, Sandra, but I still prefer foreign guys overall, if I'm honest. I much prefer foreign guys, aesthetically, But it's kind of like like all the way back then there was a much younger guy that really liked an older woman, and that was quite flattering. And I never thought about a British guy, but I actually, when I was holding it, I put my hands on his shoulders. I quite liked it. It felt quite good. So I think before I make my mind up absolutely about like the ideal relationship, which I already had in mind, which I've still got in my mind, like an Indian guy, in his 20s, short dark hair, clean shaven, into business or IT, would be great. Someone who doesn't need sex, someone who doesn't want kiss, asexual, romantic, likes kissing like me, and all that type of thing, intellectual, nice to talk to, all that type of thing. But before I think about that, I think before I really settle for that, I think it's a good idea if I do actually explore a younger British guy, because I've not really thought about it. And I think it's just good, I think if you've got something in your brain, something changes in your life, you go down a different path, I think it's kind of good just to explore it, because I think the worst thing you can do is then get into a relationship where you haven't explored the avenues that are kind of like come up in your head, like it's like a missed opportunity, if you know what I mean. So I think it's really good. Like last month was the first time I actually stopped thinking about being with an Indian guy, and I still think I have an Indian guy soulmate, but whether I meet him in this life or not, I don't know. I hope I do. It'd be so cool if I did. It'd be amazing. I'd love it so much, because I don't like anything for an Indian guy, really, not within reason, but I really would. I just adore an Indian guy. I just know that my soulmate is Indian, but it's just like, I hope I find him. Where is he hiding? In the UK. But it's I think it's really important that, like I feel now that I feel like, yes, Sandra, I feel like you really need to explore this younger British guy thing, because I think the age, it'd be fine for you in his 20s, but I don't know if I think they're not quite as mature as foreign guys in a way, because I feel that most foreign guys, they're very intelligent in their early 20s, super intelligent, especially Indian guys. I have big respect for them. They're very old for their years in terms of intellect when they're in their early 20s, which I don't actually feel most British guys are, if I'm absolutely honest, even though I live in Britain. I don't feel British guys are as intelligent overall, to be honest, which means that I really want a foreign guy again. But, I think maybe it would just be good to explore the aesthetics of it more, like do I really, can I be attracted to quite a lot of younger British guys maybe? But then I don't want to be attracted to too many more guys. I'm a hyper romantic, so if you didn't know what that means, it means I get excessively romantic, and I have a lot of attractions, like multiple attractions for different people. And I'm not polyamorous, like I don't want a relationship with multiple people, just I can have multiple attractions. So some people I can have intelligence attraction for, some people I can have romantic attraction for, but no aesthetic. Sometimes I can have aesthetic attraction, but no romance these days, which usually romance and aesthetics usually always go together for me. And so it kind of like, I don't really want to be attracted to any more guys. It's like I've got enough to be going on with. But I do feel that before I settle down with anyone in the future, that I do need to explore more the younger British guy, I think. And I think when I'm out dancing, at the moment, I guess I'm still a bit cringy over it, because I'm like, I've not really been interested in British guy. I haven't paid any attention to them. And I don't want any more confusion or upset or pain or rubbish coming my way. And the thought of it is now making me cringy. So maybe I shouldn't. But I think when I'm out dancing, I just need to see what I feel like. And I know the club I go to sometimes, which I haven't been to for ages, which got a ton of foreign guys there. I do know they have some really younger British guys sometimes. And I know a few of them, at least a couple, have wanted to dance with me, but I haven't really done much about it. So I think maybe I'll just try that to see how I feel and if I like it. But overall, I still think I'm meant to be with a foreign guy. But, I just think it's something I need to explore. I don't want to end up in a relationship thinking, oh, well, I haven't totally explored everything I need to explore as a single person. I think I'll be single for a very long time, actually, because actually I do think being single is a lot more healthy than being in a relationship, or certainly the wrong relationship, and I haven't met my soulmate yet. I just haven't, and I've been looking for my asexual soulmate now since 2014 to be in a relationship with, and I haven't met him. I keep meeting people that are possibles, but not the actual one, and so that's quite frustrating. I think as an asexual person, you are more limited in your pool of people that could be possible good match for you. I think if you do meet a really good match, I think you should hold on to it. I think if you meet someone who's not a good match, then you should tell them. I think you should be open and honest always with the people and person in front of you. Like, it's no good leading someone, or no good pretending to be something you're not, or no good forcing something. And so I don't want to rush into a relationship anyway. I had a brief relationship last month, and that was hard. And I don't want to be in a relationship now after that. I just want to stay in my own space. I like my bed to myself. I don't really want to share my bed with a guy. And I like the fact that I'm independent again. I actually feel a lot happier as a single person overall. I feel happier. But I think if I met the right asexual guy who totally knew he wanted to be with me, who was like really sharing all his secrets, really amazing, good company, we really love spending time together and sharing our life together, I think it'd be different. I think it's just because I haven't met the right asexual guy for me yet. I haven't met a strong guy that I need yet. I mean, a really decisive guy. Haven't met the one who definitely knows he wants to be with me. I haven't met the guy that, really, really is into me, big time. I haven't met that guy yet. I haven't met the guy that I feel all those things and really comfortable totally around, in the sense of, like, we're meant to be together always, and really securely knowing that. I haven't met that guy yet, I think he's out there, but I haven't met him. And I think it's important, though, that you are honest with yourself about what you look for in relationships. Like, I do look for aesthetics. I can't help it. It's who I am. Whereas some people will be like, I'm not bothered about aesthetics. It doesn't bother me at all. But if you are bothered by aesthetics, I don't think it's something to be ashamed of, because it could be like, some people say, oh, it's really shallow to just look for looks. I'm not just looking for looks, right? But that's the first thing I see. If I see a guy and I think any way, shape or form he might be a bit aesthetically attractive, or in foreign guys' cases hugely aesthetically attractive, then of course that does propel me forwards towards them. But you've got to be careful with aesthetics as well, because they can cloud your judgment. Like, you can become attracted to someone that you weren't attracted to in the first place, aesthetically, and then that person could turn out to be bad for you, and then you really end up liking this person aesthetically so much you didn't like aesthetically before. You're like, what on earth went on with that? I was really happy on my own, then boom, this person came into my life. I wasn't really aesthetically attracted to them. And all of a sudden I become really aesthetically attracted, and then I really want them. Now I want to be with them all the time because I can't stop thinking about them. I love them. And then it's like they weren't no good if you in the first place. And then you may as well have not liked them aesthetically, because it wouldn't have caused you so much heartache and pain in the first place. So I think, go with what you really want in life. Go with what makes you happy. Follow your dreams. Follow your passions. Follow the aesthetic trail that you love. You can experiment a little bit with like different likes of looks that you might be attracted to. But in your heart of hearts, don't you really, what you want? Like, I know in my heart of hearts, really, I would love to be with a younger foreign guy in a relationship, an Indian guy particularly. I just would. I'm not going to lie to you. It's the truth, And I don't know if I'll ever meet him. I hope I do. I always have hope, I think if you give up hope, you give up your chances. But, I will explore the British guy thing a bit more, because I think it's something I need to do a little bit. But I feel already when I talk about it cringing. So I'm like, oh. And I don't really want to be going around and looking at loads of British guys in general. I've got British guy on asexuality.com talking to me at the moment, who's a lot older than I usually go for, but looks really young, like in his 20s. So that's a really interesting thing. I don't think we'll be compatible though, even though he likes my profile. But yeah, you never know, do you? But I don't think so. I really need a younger guy. But anyway, I hope you found this video useful, helpful, insightful in some way. I hope you can see that, it's possible to become attracted to someone aesthetically you weren't attracted to originally. When you form a deep emotional bond with them and connection, when you feel their heart, you feel their soul, you feel like you're alive around them, because that can draw you nearer them, and you can kind of see features about them that you didn't see before. Like for example, there's one guy and I wasn't that aesthetically attracted to him, but the more I got to know him as a person, the more I got to know his heart, his mind, his soul, the more I felt good about myself around him, the more I felt he cared and loved me. And the more I saw him and his face, the more aesthetically attracted I became to him, because I can kind of like, I can see like different features highlighted more, like when you're talking, like the eyes, the nose, the mouth. And I think that can be quite cute. So I think you can hone in on certain parts of the body particularly the face in my case, that you can find aesthetically attractive, and maybe you didn't before, but you can grow on you can like it because it becomes comfortable, it becomes nice, because the person with it, if someone's got such a nice personality, then sometimes I think that it can make you feel aesthetic attraction to them, because if there's someone's got a bubbly personality, they're so glowing, it's like, God, I really want to be around that person, because they're like so bubbly, they're so glowy, they're so energetic, they're so vibrant. I just feel good about being around them, and so that can draw you into them, and it can make you feel special and wanted and needed. It can make you feel like you really care about the person. You'll become more and more attracted to them. The more you see them, them smile, the more you see them come alive. I think if you're good for each other and that happens, I think you can become aesthetically attracted more and more. In my case as well, I don't know if this is for you, the more physical contact I have with the guy that I'm attracted to in the first place, the more aesthetic attraction I usually feel. Usually. So if I was attracted to a guy, but not overwhelmingly so, say I did kiss him and I liked it, then I would automatically, the more I kissed him, become more aesthetic attracted to him usually, because the more physical I got with him, the more I'd appreciate his physical beauty, the more I'd be aesthetic attracted to him, if that makes any sense. So it's very interesting. It's like the British guy, like last month, when I first met him, it was like, I did like him, but it wasn't like, wow, I've got to have you type thing. And then as time went on, very quickly, and we got more holding hands and cuddling, then it was more like, wow, I really find this guy super attractive so much. Like, but there was like an attraction there anyway. But so I think, I think I can go with some people, I can go very quickly into liking their aesthetics more. With other people, it takes a long time. But I always think it's better to be with someone, if aesthetics is important to you, that you're highly aesthetically attracted to, highly, if you can, so that when you do come to do the physical aspects, if you want physicality in your relationship, you are just so wanting it. You're not creeped out by it. You're not thinking, oh, shall I do this? It's not feeling weird. You're not thinking, do I really like this or don't I, before you've even done it. You are actually going to look forward to doing that and enjoying that with them. Anyway, I hope you find this video useful, helpful, insightful anyway. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. I know you've been watching. There's some of you been watching on this channel all the time. So thank you to whoever's watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button down below. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with anyone who may benefit from it. I love you dearly. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Thank you for watching. And if you've got any questions and comments, as always, write them down below, type them down below, and I will either do another video on it or I will either... Oh, what's happened here? I don't know where I've disappeared to. I've disappeared off the screen, people. Oh my God. Ha, there I am. Sorry. My desktop was spread out everywhere. I'm like, what's happening with my desktop? So share this video with anyone you think may benefit from it. And yeah, as always, like I said, if you've got any questions, please write them in comments. If you want me to do certain videos on certain topics, please write them down in the comments. If you've got anything you want to tell me about aesthetics that you think I've missed out or need to know more about, please write them down in the comments. I love to hear what you have to say. This channel is for you. I love you lots. Take care. Bye. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely day. Bye.